Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and this is our weekly, but recently it hasn't been weekly, Q&A slash update video.
Yeah, welcome back to us. We're back.
And so, as always, we'll start off with a quick update. The current character challenge is for Suicide Squad the Joker. All 3 early access packs are still in the store for the Suicide Squad characters, even though everybody's either available now or the challenge for them has already passed. They still have the daily bonus cheap pack for the Suicide Squad pack, and all the other Suicide Squad themed stuff is still in the store. The current gear set is for the new Suicide Squad gear set, and the current
all the companions, right?
All the companion gear, yeah. And the current challenge is for the Ancient Katana, which becomes the Soul Taker sword. So that's everything that's happening in Justice. Now we'll move on to the Q&A portion of the video. Our first question...
And sorry, I think we should mention too, these questions are a few weeks old, because we're digging through some of the interesting stuff that came up while we were away.
Yeah, so better late than never though. Or at least we hope. So the first question comes from Aleo142, and they ask, how does the game not get boring for you? You have max accounts. I had one and it was maxed and it got boring for a while. Then I recently came back with a new account and almost maxed it out. Do you have any tips on how to get the full game experience? I'm one of your biggest fans and I want to know how you do it.
That's an excellent question. And I'm not sure that this is really a proper answer, but it's sort of the answer for us. And it has to do with, I guess, breaking down Injustice into the sort of the...
constituent parts?
Yeah, the components that make it up as a game, because there's definitely a part that is collecting everything, right? So we've mentioned this before too, and pretty recently, that there's, for the obsessive compulsive tendencies that we have, it's kind of fun as a collecting kind of game, but it's sort of one of those things that are fun for a little bit, but if you get caught up in that part of it, it can be, I don't know, almost obsessive, because there's never the satisfaction, right? Cause
especially the more stuff they add. Like we said, it's almost impossible to actually get anything maxed out at this point. Like, yeah. fully.
Yeah. So you're sort of chasing a moving target, right? And then either you get sort of a temporary satisfaction in catching everything, or catching, I'm thinking like Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah.
Getting everything.
Which is funny, because we haven't even been playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah.
So...
There's a temporary satisfaction in getting everything.
Yeah, if you can get that, then it doesn't last very long because there's always new stuff. And you have to play, really, if you're going to play legitimately, you almost have to play obsessively to be able to keep up with it.
So I guess one of the ways to get the most out of the game is glitching.
Yeah, and that's if you're still going to play it from the, you know what, I'm going to just say, gotta catch them all kind of perspective, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't, I don't think you can really
get everything legitimately.
Unless you sort of set lower targets for yourself, like just have one copy of every character or one copy of every gear,
or even everybody maxed out like character-wise, except for augments, depending on how long you've been playing for, right?
That's right, because now with the augmentations...
It's basically impossible. It is. It's not possible to get everybody, all 100 something people, right? Maxed out with full crit chance, crit damage, health, and damage. That's not possible.
So I think that the short answer to that part of it is that I don't think you can really enjoy it if you're playing it as that. But if you play it as a fighting game, which it still is, I mean, listen, mobile games, right? The controls aren't that sophisticated.
Yeah, the weakest link is always actually the game itself. And it's the stuff surrounding it, like the planning and everything, surrounding the actual game and the gameplay.
Right, like totally. So planning which characters you're going to put together on a team, planning how you're going to gear them.
Yeah, like just after update 2.0 dropped, I remember talking with my friend for like stretches of time about like, wow, imagine combining this gear and this gear, imagine putting these gears on this person. And that's a lot of what makes it fun. It's the kind of thinking about synergistic combos, stuff like that, and then putting them into practice. So a lot of what's fun is trying out stuff for us.
Sure, yeah, and even when you put the team together, you put the gear on them, then part of it is we'll be in fight, adjusting your strategy, adjusting your plan based on who's on the team, who tags in first, what gear they've got.
Yeah. So I think that's the way that we've been having fun with it. Is planning stuff, making up theories about what teams are good, trying them out, kind of having fun with those elements of the game.
Yeah, because I gotta tell you, once we started exploiting the glitches, and we took ourselves away from that obsessive part of the game, the collecting part of the game,
It got a lot more fun.
it did.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, part of it is that we're spoiled a little bit too, because once you've actually glitched a bunch and gotten a lot of things, you have options, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not stuck playing the 1 or 2 or 3 characters that you've got that you've maxed out, and you don't have to think, well, I'd like to use that other guy, but I wonder if they're going to be any good before you commit all the resources to maxing them out.
Yeah, like back when we were like, oh, should we save up for the Red Sun pack?
Oh,
That
God.
was the big decision. So, anyways, that's our kind of long and winding answer to that question.
Yeah, I hope, Aleo, I hope you can find a way to enjoy it, because we still do. It's still not one of, it is still my favorite mobile game, and there's a lot of good. But despite all the flaws, and we're aware of them, you know, like the hackers in MP Online, how it's so hard to progress legitimately.
Yeah,
the poor drop rates in
the
Survivor.
in-app purchase pricing being way too high in my opinion.
But I still love the game.
Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for the question. It was a really good one. Next question comes from Jose Rojas, and they say, do you guys glitch on all your accounts, or do you guys have an account where you play through with no hacks or glitches? Just wondering, since you guys have multiple accounts.
Yeah, I mean, we've sort of answered it if you're sort of reading in between the lines. It's impossible to have multiple accounts maxed out. It's almost impossible to have one account maxed out, right?
Yeah.
So even our main account, which we've never used hacks on, I mean, we've been pretty open that a friend sets us up with hacked accounts so we can do demonstrations of newly released or not quite released characters and gears.
Yeah.
But our main accounts that we play on, no hacks, definitely glitches.
But only glitches starting from the Doomsday update. I mean the Doomsday Challenge, the original Doomsday Challenge, which is a long, long time ago. But that was when we first discovered the challenge reset glitch.
Dark Side.
Sorry, not Doomsday.
Yeah, because it was actually after the Containment Doomsday. It was the Dark Side one where we actually went to the Dark Side. And we started using glitches because the challenge
didn't work. If you went into the game and it didn't auto-update, and you went into the challenge for that challenge, it was whatever the iOS one was, which was at that time was like an Aquaman or something.
Yeah.
And if you went in before it auto-updated, it would give you this glitch out Aquaman challenge that was like half completed.
Oh, right, and
it would give you like a free reward or two. And then when you updated it for the Dark Side, I don't know why I keep saying Doomsday. When you updated it for the Dark Side, the challenge would still be glitched out and half completed, except you couldn't actually complete it properly. So that was when we started having to use glitches. We had to try to figure out if there's a way to actually still play the challenge and get the character, because I was really bummed about maybe missing out on Dark Side. And that's when we discovered the challenge reset glitch.
And that's when we filmed it, and we started. Essentially, that was the start of this channel.
Yeah. So we've been glitching since anybody's been watching us make Injustice videos, I guess, to answer that question.
Yeah, what's funny though is, I mean, you know, if you weren't gonna glitch, I think it would be well, if we weren't gonna glitch, I think it would be almost impossible to maintain this channel at the same time, because excuse me, we'd spend so much time grinding that we wouldn't have time to play.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny, and it's not that it's really that hard to get everything.
Here, it's okay, clear your throat. So that's that question. Moving on to the last question of the episode. This one comes from Alex Flores. If you need to clear your throat, go ahead. It's fine. And they say, I have a question. Can I use Suicide Squad Joker, Harley Quinn, and Joker Unhinged fully maxed out, Elite 7 and level 50, online?
And
the answer is, I mean, probably, but there's a risk associated with that to your account.
yeah, so we're going to refer you back to a video that we did a little while ago that we titled "Will Blank?" Oh, crash. Okay. Will blank get me banned? And as
Here, really, just
knowing that we don't have any insider information, and this is all based on what we figured out, what other people's experiences have been. There are two main ways to get banned. One is an auto ban, where there's a value in your account that triggers a ban automatically. It doesn't require any oversight. So, for example, if you have an unreleased character, and don't worry, we're going to get around to your question, right? But if there's an unreleased character, it can trigger a ban. I suspect also that if your character total exceeds what should be possible, so if you've got like 115 characters, and right now I think the limit is, what, 114?
yeah.
That should trigger an auto ban too, if your credits are too high.
Which used to be 1 billion, but now it seems like it's, what, like 500 million?
Yeah, and maybe even lower than that. Yeah, that can trigger an auto ban too. And, you know, those are things that you absolutely shouldn't do. What you're asking about is something that shouldn't trigger an auto ban, but still might get you banned. And that brings in the idea of
manual bans.
Right.
Which is when people report you because they think that you are hacking or glitching or doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Right, so the Warner Brothers support page has an option where you can report somebody that you think is cheating. And here's the problem. Warner Brothers doesn't do a very good job.
Or whoever's handling it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It might be NetherRealm. It could be, you know, most likely it's neither of those parties directly. It's somebody that they've contracted.
Yeah. And they check your account, and then they come back and tell you, or they come back and ban you, and if you appeal, they can tell you that they can either unsuspend you, or they can say, no, this is why you were banned. But based on what we've seen in the official forums, they're not getting it right all the time.
Yeah, they're not doing a great job of communicating with people that are banned.
So your question about can you play it? You can. Will you get banned? You might.
Probably not, but
The risk is higher right when the newest characters are released, because then there's somebody, day 6, okay, still getting the old ones. Or sorry, the special Suicide Squad login bonuses. So there's people who will look askance at you having, if they think that you've got the new characters at too high a promotion, at too high a level, too soon, they'll report you. Warner Brothers will do their, I'm doing air quotes right now, which you can't see, their investigation, and then they will decide to ban you or maintain your suspension or unsuspend you. And most of the time, it seems like they're not getting it right. So I wouldn't take that chance. If it were me, I would typically wait until at least a week or so, once new characters are released, before I start putting them into multiplayer online. Because the hassle of getting it banned is more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, it's the same thing with, like, do I have the right of way crossing the street here? Maybe you do, but it doesn't help if you get run over.
That's actually a perfect analogy.
So anyways, that's the final question and our final answer. Looks like we're having some trouble with Injustice. We'll just have to ride this one out. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Komoda.